So first things first, I'm going to get rid of this. And now we're going to use the Blast Zone and get rid of all these 1-drops. Blast Zone strikes again. And we get it. What's going on YouTube? Achilles here, and today I put together a Selesnya control deck. This deck features the Overlords with Up the Beanstalk to be our draw engine. And on top of that, we have a couple of really powerful cards to close the game with, such as White Sun's Twilight, the Eternal Wanderer, and Nissa. And for all those early aggro decks that try to close the game, we have cards such as Authority of the Consuls and Elspeth Smite to slow them down. So we could not only answer the aggro decks, but we could keep up and grind out the control matchups as well. So let's get right into this list. We got 4 Authority of the Consuls, 4 Elspeth Smite, 4 Get Lost, 4 Up the Beanstalk, 1 White Sun's Twilight, 1 Day of Judgment, 4 Sunfall, 4 Overlord the Hauntwoods, 4 Leyline Binding, 1 The Eternal Wanderer, 4 Overlord the Mistmoors, 1 Nissa Ascended Animist, and for the lands we got 3 Plains, 3 Forests, 1 Hushwood Verge, 4 Lush Portico, 4 Razorverge Thicket, 4 Restless Prairie, 1 Demolition Field, 1 Fountainport, and 2 copies of Mirrex. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe, and if you want to become a member, you can get early access to videos as well as member shoutouts. Let's get right into these games. I'm going to keep this just because Lush Portico could help me get a 3rd land. Would you look at that? Lush Portico gets Lush Portico. So they're playing a very aggressive deck. Authority of the Consuls might be good to drop instead of going for Elspeth Smite. I think I'm going to do that. Alright, this is where I get lost the Regal Bunnycorn, because I don't want them to make a copy of it. I gotta choose something else. We just gotta survive 2 turns. And now we also got to get a 5th land. But the good news is we can Leyline Binding the Warden that's super powerful right now. So we got that going for us at least. we could Sunfall. It's not really an impactful Sunfall, but at least we clear the board. And anything they want to bring in, we could just tap down immediately. Slowly but surely gain life. I might have to Sunfall again. I really don't want to, but honestly, it's a life or death situation. Now we're going to slowly but surely take over the game. I'm going to use the Fountainport to get rid of the incubator token and draw. Might as well flip this over too while we have the mana. Just putting a little pressure on him. Steel Seraph, huh? Okay. Here we go. So we're going to go for a big swing of 2 damage, and if they commit the Leyline Axe to it, the Get Lost is going to be really nice. But at the same time, I might go double Elspeth's. Oh. Yeah, we'll get rid of that now. Nice, we get it. I'll keep this hand. Plus we get to go first, which is good. Ideally, if we could get another land and play the Overlord, the Hauntwoods on curve, we would be golden, and we get the land, so we're good. They could potentially counter it, although I'll still draw with Up the Beanstalk. Looks like they're playing Dimir mid-range. Where they're going to go into Kaido. Which isn't that bad because we could just get lost it right after. They commit all the mana to it. That's their whole turn. But they will draw. I could also just Leyline Binding that, because I might not be able... Yeah, you know what? I think that's actually better.
I need more intel.
Alright, so now, do we just play this for, well, it's 7 actually. You know what, let's play this for 4, just in case they do have a counter. If they have anything they're going to flash in, they're going to do it right now. Or not. Well, that's one way to do it. But at least we could block and take it out. No, never mind.
Never underestimate my skills.
Six. Okay, so this is how we're going to do it. We're going to use Restless Prairie. We take out Kaido. Now we're going to take out Talion, clear the board, and at the end of every one of our turns now, we're going to get an Overlord out to the field from impending. So it's going to be a lot of pressure for them to deal with. I'm just going to do the most amount of damage I can right now. I was thinking about going for the Nissa, but I know they're going to flash in and tap something with the Flood Pit's Drowner. But it just makes it so we're just guaranteed to potentially win next turn this way. I mean, either way, it's setting up for a game regardless. Now they're forced to play their whole hand this way. So weird that they're playing the Talion in here, but I guess it's some spicy tech. So now with them doing that, it's going to be almost certain that we can't win next turn. We're going to have to win the following turn. Either or. Now we start pumping out the... Where are these Phyrexian Horror tokens? Even if they get rid of the 8/8, that's still 8 damage they take from these two. And that's it. I'm going to keep this. Looks like they're playing a life gain deck, obviously, but I was going to say maybe it's some weird raise the pass deck, but it might just be some kind of life gain beatdown deck, but who knows. Oh, actually, no, it's insane. I could technically blast zone all these cards away. Thinking about it. Is that right? Nah, not yet. But it's possible because everything is a 1-drop. And then I could just pay 3 and just get rid of everything. But I think losing that land before we go into the Sunfall would not be good. So now they have this out, and that's draw power, and that's more important than the life game. I'll keep that, because next turn I go use Sunfall. I mean, the Enduring Innocence is enough to want a Sunfall regardless. It's just that good of a card. So, let's see. So we draw a card off Up the Beanstalk, which is definitely helpful. Alright, so I'm going to go for the most insane play ever right now. So first things first, I'm going to get rid of this. And now, we're going to use the Blast Zone and get rid of all these 1-drops. Blast Zone strikes again. And we get it. This one is an easy keep. We could Lush Portico turn 1 to Surveil into something good. No idea what they're trying to play. But either way, we have a Sunfall next turn. So if they keep on going wide like this, it's going to just help us out even more. do. And they hit Delirium, so now I'm gonna take 6 damage. I was going to wait and let Alicia come out, but honestly, it's the raid mechanic, so it's after something attacks, so if they have nothing to attack with, then it's just, we just stop it right there. So pretty much, I'm just going to get rid of it right now, because then they can't attack next turn. And then we just ramp up our mana a little bit and set up the next Overlord. So now at the end of our next turn, we'll have our other Overlord come out. So if they don't, I think they don't realize that, or maybe they do, but now if I somehow, let's say, get lost Unstoppable Slasher, it won't come back because it already has a counter on it. Some people don't realize that, but either or, we can't even destroy it. So instead, I'm going to do a different play.
Surrender now, and we all leave with our lives.
If I do that, I can do that, but you know what? I'm actually going to make the Samurai, because
We can win this
why
together.
not? Especially if they can bitter triumph my Overlord, that's right, but I block and they're just wasting their hand. They could have bitter triumphed their Eternal Wanderer, but they think they're getting ahead of the game this way. As long as they can take out the Eternal Wanderer, then I'm okay. That's fine. They hit it, it goes to 1. And then what? Oh, they aren't even attacking. Wow. Alright, so I'll just put a bunch of pressure on them now at this point.
You're coming with me.
Has to be a removal spell. Yep. We just need one more mana for White Sun's Twilight to be alive. But until we get there, we can at least get rid of the Overlord they have. We're also going to exile their Overlord. Not their Overlord, their Unstoppable Slasher again. And now we don't have any fear because we have the Elspeth Smite. Alright, so they get their little raid effect off. So now we will use the -4.
Kneel before the
I'll keep
Emperor
my
of
Overlord,
Noah.
and they're gonna keep. We'll let them keep the Percussionist. So now this will be our 7th land for White Sun's Twilight next turn. We might not even need to, because we already get it. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Tell me what you think of the deck in the comments section down below. Please like the video and subscribe if you have not already. And if you're new here, just know I have new videos coming out every day. If you also want me to try any deck in particular, let me know in the comments section down below as well. Hope everyone has a great day. Take care.